Ni hao, and welcome back to Happy News, etc., where we bring you the bright side of the day. I hope your morning or your evening is going great. We're going to continue with practicing Mandarin. We're going to pick up where we left off yesterday, which is likely to be a review of direction. Okay. The coffee shop is up ahead.
Café厅
Extremely loud. Cafe ting.
在
Ahead. I feel like that was Soviet.
后边
Let's try it.
咖啡厅在前边。
Okay. 前边 is ahead. All right, fair enough. 前边 is your boss at the coffee shop. 你的老板在咖啡厅吗？
你的老板在咖啡厅吗？
Kind of like a where.
洗手间
洗手间 I believe that's toilet.
洗手间
洗手间
那里
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 I'm making a quick note. Nolly is there because I forgot that one.
学
Versus
学
这
校
里学校
商场
商
商
场
场学校
学校
学校
学校 Our school is not there. 我们的学校我们的
学校
不
在
在
那
哪里
里
Our school is not there.
我们的学校不在那里。
Excellent. The coffee shop is there. 咖啡
咖
厅
啡厅
在
在那里
哪里
咖啡厅在那里。
Great. 咖啡厅在哪里你的室友在哪里
我在
在
室友
Oh.
在我我的是在家
I don't know what this is.
我的室友在家。
Uh-huh. That makes sense. Gia is home.
医院不在这里。
这里这里
医院不在这里。
The hospital is not here. The restroom is outside.
洗手在
Outside. 外边
外边
洗手间在外边。
洗手间在外边外边洗手间在哪里
洗手间在那里，
洗手间在哪里
我的面包在哪里？
哪里我的面包在哪里 What is 面包
我的面包在哪
That's what I
里？
thought it was. Where's my bread? Great. 我的家在 there. 哪里
我
我的家在那里。
我的家在那里。Impressive.
外边，
Vocabulary. 外边 outside.
外边，医院，饭馆，
饭馆。
馆，后边，
后边。
医院，
医院。
医院，后
后
边，
边。后边。后边。
后边，
后边 is behind. Me and my friend and I are at the movie theater. Oh, it's like 我和我的朋友在 It's a crazy long word.
我和我的朋友在电影院。
电影院 is movie theater. At the shopping mall. 商场 That's how as good as I'm gonna get.
我和我的同事在商场。
I did it perfect. Behind. It's like behind. Oh, bien. Oh, bien. Oh, bien.
医院在后边。
后面 Oh, interesting. 洗手间
洗手
不
间在
在里边。
里边，
洗手间不在里边。
洗手间不在里边。洗手间不在里边。Is your singular colleague at the restaurant? 你的同事在饭馆吗？
你的同事在饭馆吗？
Okay. Hospital. Okay, cat's just making some noise. UN. I think it might be an an.
医院，
UN. Scared me. The coffee shop is up ahead. 咖啡厅在
在
右边 no ahead. Ahead.
前边，
前面
咖啡厅在前边。
Movie theater. DIANYING. Come on, cat. YUAN. It's a crazy one.
我和我的朋友在电影院。
电影院. Excellent. Teacher talk. Let's do it.
Hi everyone, you're listening to the Teacher Talk. 我是 Maggie.
And I'm Chris. In this Teacher Talk, we are going to be taking a closer look at a fascinating word in Chinese, dia.
Yeah, it may look simple, it's just one character, but actually it carries several different meanings in everyday Chinese.
Depending on the context, dia can mean house, home, family, or even hometown. So we'll go step by step through each of those.
Yeah, so first let's start from the most fundamental meaning. That would be house.
Yes, even though most Chinese people live in apartments these days. Doesn't matter, apartment or house. This is referring to the physical place you live.
家
Yeah, for example, I may ask my new colleagues, 你的家在哪里? Hui is a verb, means to go back, and 回家 together means to go home.
Yeah, I find there's a lot of commenting on this, maybe by your neighbors or people outside as you're coming back to your building.
Yeah, they may ask me where I'm going, and I will just say 我回家.
Yeah. So this is more the idea, just like in English, how home, house are different things. This is like, I've returned after my day of work kind of idea.
Okay,
Not about the physical space, but your idea of home.
Yeah, right. And then here comes the third meaning of 家, that's family. And in this case, 家 refers to the concept of household or family members.
Okay,
Yeah, and some
makes sense.
examples might include something like 我
home.
爱我的家,我爱我的家, meaning I love my family. And there's another one. Brings me back to when I first started learning Chinese, something my teachers always asked me to say, which is how many people are in my family?
Yes, it's definitely in the first 3 lessons of a Chinese textbook. So in Chinese, we'll say 我的家, 我的家, that's in my family, and then we'll say 有 have 4口人, for example, 4 people. So 我的家有4口人. There are 4 people in my family.
Yeah, so this definitely has nothing to do with the building at this point. This is just about your relationships, family ties.
Yeah, right. And finally, 家 can also mean hometown.
Specifically, it can mean hometown when it's paired with another word, 老. So together it would be 老家. And this is definitely going to be your hometown.
Yeah, right. 老家, that's the hometown. But in daily conversations, we tend to use just
I have a feeling this is what comes
to
next.
mean hometown, especially before the Spring Festival. During that time, when we are talking about 回家, which we just mentioned, to go home. Before the Spring Festival, this phrase means to go back to one's hometown. That's actually 回老家, but we still use 回家.
Yeah, so like many things, it depends on context. And although people generally are talking about where they were born or maybe where their parents were born, I think technically Laojia is maybe your father's birthplace.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so today we looked at all of these different meanings of this word jia.
Yeah, it can mean house, home, family, or hometown. All those meanings packed into one character. And speaking of the character,
and it depends on how you use
fun
it.
Fact about the character 家.
Yeah, actually taking this character apart, the top piece is the radical for roof, and underneath is the character for pig. So there's a Chinese memoir called Home is a Roof Over a Pig.
Okay.
And I think this has, shed some light on the agrarian nature of Chinese society and also how much pigs have played a part in the life of Chinese people.
Yeah, back to ancient times, a family with several pigs, it must be a rich family. So pigs were quite important. So 家, this character is just pigs in a house or pigs under a roof.
Yeah. These days, pigs are living outside of the home, so good.
Yeah, right. Okay, so that's all for this teacher talk. A lot of things about 家.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. It means lots of things. I have to figure out how to say thank you. That would be really nice. If anybody's out there or is listening and knows how to say thank you. Okay, let's keep going.
Hi everyone, you're listening to the Teacher Talk. 我是 Maggie.
And I'm Chris. So, if you're studying Chinese, I'm sure you've noticed how sometimes what you learn in class or on the app sounds different to what you hear in real life.
Yeah, sure. And I think it's not just sometimes, it's all the times. And because that's a very common thing in learning a new language. And a single concept can often be expressed in more than one way. And today we are going to talk about one of those variations in Chinese, that is adding a little R sound at the end of a word.
And we're very lucky to have Maggie here today, a real live, authentic R user from Beijing.
Yeah, so today you're going to hear a lot of standard R sound.
So we'll start with a simple example, the location words from this unit.
哪里
Words like 哪里,
这里
and 这里, and
这里
哪里.
哪里
Words where, here,
哪
and
里
there.
哪里
Yeah, but in daily life, you will also hear another version of those three words. So for 哪里, where, Chinese people may say 哪儿,
哪儿
哪儿,
哪儿
and for 这里,
这里
here,
这
you
儿
may hear
这儿
这儿,
这儿
这儿,
这里
and
这
for
儿
the word
哪
那里,
里哪里
there. The
那
R
儿
version is 那儿,
那儿
那儿.
哪儿哪
So
儿
the meanings of these are exactly the same, and you can use them interchangeably.
Yes, and actually we have a name for this kind of sound. The little R sound at the end. In Chinese, we call it 儿化音 or just 儿化. And it's formed by adding the character 儿 to the end of a word. And in pinyin, you can also see there is a R attached to the final.
Yeah, and I think English uses a lot of R at the end of words like teacher. So it's the same kind of sound, one of those lucky coincidences that it's something that's easy for us to pronounce. At least for me, I think.
So you can have the following examples comparing the 儿化 sound with the non-er version.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, adding that R, transforming it from zhi to zhi, and then taking na and putting a nar, just adding that R on the end.
Yeah, so that's 儿化 or 儿化音, what we call it in Chinese,
儿
the
化
R
音
sound.
儿化
And
音
besides of the difference of pronunciation, it has some actual function in daily conversations. The first, it helps distinguish meanings. So like we just mentioned, 这 means this, but 这 with an adding after it, it means here. And for the sound 花, it means to spend, maybe to spend some money or time, but with an R, 花,
花
the
花
meaning
is
becomes
spent
to
and
flower.
花 is flower.
Yeah,
Yikes.
that's a big difference. And sometimes the erhua adds a little bit of like softening to it, making something smaller, more casual, maybe a term of endearment.
Yeah, like in Chinese, the word 狗, that's dog.
Cat. Oh, dog.
And if I add a 小 before it, which means
Oh,
small,
little
so
doggy.
小狗
Xiao.
means small dog.
Xiao
But
Gao.
if I add an at the end, 小狗,
Gao.
小狗, then
Gao.
that's a very cute little doggy.
Xiao Gao.
And I think that brings us to where this sound is used, because I don't think your example kind of covers all of China, right? I would say that this is exclusive to northern China, and a lot of southern people can't even pronounce this sound.
Yeah, you're right. It's the 儿化 is commonly used in northern China. And for some words, we have an 儿化 version in that part of China. So, for example, we know 果汁, that's
果汁 is juice.
果汁. But like here in Beijing or in other places in northern China, it becomes to 果汁. So we'll add an 'er at the end. 果汁. And
instead of
for
果汁.
饭馆 is the same, the restaurant. We'll say 饭馆儿. 饭馆儿 with an 'er at the end.
Yes, those words sound fantastic. I spent all of my time learning Chinese in Beijing, and I can recall my first time traveling to the south of China, hearing some of those words without R's, or just even hearing 这里. I just thought, oh, okay, I remember that word from somewhere, but what does that mean again? Because it was just 100% of the time, jar, 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 everywhere I went. So yeah, it really depends where you go. But the Arhuayin in Beijing, it's my favorite. I take it as a huge compliment if I go somewhere else and someone says, "Oh, you have a little bit of like Beijing flavor to your Chinese." Like, yes.
Okay, so but not only in northern China, in the standard Mandarin, some words they are also ends with an 'er because the standard Mandarin is based on Beijing speech. So that's why you need to get to know this 'er sound because you will meet it a lot in your Chinese learning journey.
Yeah, for sure.
But you also need to notice that not every word can take the R sound. And I think people living in northern China, like me, we have this kind of instinct to tell which word can end with an R. But don't worry about that because in our app, whenever a word can take the R sound, we will write it both in the character and in the pinyin.
Excellent. Yeah, well, I'm wishing everyone lots of R's in their Chinese because that's the best kind of Chinese.
I'll give you several words and you can try to tell if they use the 儿化 or not. Okay, so the first word is 蛋糕, cake. 蛋糕.
Sure, I think so. 蛋糕.
I'm going to say no R.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then the second one, 这儿, here. 这儿.
Sounds like an R.
Yep. And the third one, 花儿.
Yep, got an R there.
And then the last one, 果汁.
No R.
Juice. 果汁.
But he said you could use it.
Yep, I didn't hear an R, but you could add one if you wanted to.
Gotcha.
Yeah, 果汁 if you are in Beijing, 果汁. Okay, so that's all for this teacher talk. We'll see you next time.
See you next time. Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you. That was a good teacher talk. Interesting the way that the R can make things little and cute. I like that. I noticed that is also something in adding R changes never change. Something in more than one language has that little add-ons to the end and okay, great. That was a great lesson. I think that a little bit of reinforcement, some new words, some new concepts. We're going to pick this back up tomorrow. I want you to have a wonderful rest of your day. Find some time to smile. Thank you for being here. 再见 and 我是CJ. 再见. Have a nice rest of your day. And we'll see you tomorrow. Cheers. Thanks for being here.